Zidane, Figo, Ronaldo, Nedved, the incredible list of £30 million plus transfers that happened before 2003 inches. These days football clubs will drop £30 million on a player only halfway out the womb. But back in the day, and by day I mean any time before 2003, you had to be a seriously high-profile player to be worthy of such a price tag. Zinedine Zidane joined Real Madrid from Juventus in 2001. Incredibly, Andriy Shevchenko's doomed move to Chelsea is the only one of the 50 most expensive transfers ever to occur between 2002 and 2008, but 11 happened prior to that. Here we marvel at the magnificence of those 11 transfers and, in some instances, ponder how much the fee would equate to in modern dosh, what with inflation and all of that. 1999 Christian Very. He scored 259 career goals, but all he wanted was to open the batting in an Ashes test for Australia. Everyone's favorite Italian target man with an Australian twang to his accent is the only man to have demanded over negation £40 million, £30 million at the time, in the halcyon days before the millennium bug infected us all. Lazio sold Very to Inter Milan a year after purchasing him for negation £25 million as the San Siro residents attempted their own Galacticos project. He scored 123 goals in 190 games over 6 years but only got one trophy to show for it, a Coppa Italia in his last season. 2000 Luis Figo. Nice kit, be a shame if someone were to get pig blood on it. And the transfer that made the Portuguese winger a magnet for severed pig heads. Figo did the unthinkable at the turn of the century when he swapped Barcelona for Real Madrid. And negation £62 million payoff, then £37, 4 meters, wasn't enough to cushion the blow for Barca fans who would rather eat a kilo of their own feces than speak his name in probably. 2000 Hernan Crespo. Football peaked when Crespo and Salas played together. We dare you to think of the long-locked Argentine forward and not whistle the Football Italia theme music. Crespo was part of a formidable Parma side which also included Fabio Cannavaro, Gianluigi Buffon and Juan Sebastian Veron. £5 million, then £36 million. And Crespo repaid them by banging in 26 Serie A goals to take the Golden Boot, or Capo Cannoniere for the purists out there. 2001 Zinedine Zidane. But why did he have to be no 5? Negation £75 million, £46 million, was an obscene amount of money to spend on a human who kicks a leather sack of air round a rectangle-shaped field in 2001. But if anyone justified such spending, it was the masterful Zizou. Real Madrid poached the Frenchman from Juventus a year after he was named player of the tournament at Euro 2000. Taking into account inflation, this transfer would be the 4th highest of all time. 2001 Gianluigi Buffon. You say the first thing that comes into your head. Ready? Clean sheet and me, Gigi Buffon? This transfer is arguably the most remarkable in football history. Juventus paid negation £53 million, then £33 million, to Parma for a goalkeeper in 2001. Buffon remained the most costly keeper in history until Manchester City swooped for Ederson this summer, and although that was a lower figure in euros. Given that he's still one of the best in the world at 39 years old, you have to say it was a wise investment. 2001 Gaze Comandita. Shut your eyes and remember the Valencia years. Just how did Nedved go from being the 6th most expensive player in history to being loaned to Middlesbrough in just 2 years? The Spanish midfielder was a sensation for Valencia but flopped for Lazio, who probably still regret the negation £48 million, £30 million they paid for him. He scored 0 goals in 31 games for the Rome club, having averaged a goal every 3 games in his last 2 seasons in Spain. 2001 Juan Sebastian Veron. This should have worked. Many Premier League loyalists will never know how good the little witch actually was. He was Parma and Lazio's heartbeat, but after Man United paid the latter negation £45 million, then £28. 1 metre, something about the English soil sapped his magic. To this day, Sir Alex Ferguson defends the transfer and reinforces his belief in Veron's ability, but most consider him one of United's biggest flops. Quirky fact: has officially signed for Argentine club Estudiantes 4 times in his career, 5 if you count his loan deal. 2001 Rui Costa. Currently getting this made into a poster for the office. The man too cool for shinpits. Fiorentina desperately needed some cash, and so they were forced to sell their best asset to AC Milan for negation £44 million, £28 million. Costa's effortless brilliance helped Milan win the Coppa Italia and Champions League in 2003, then Serie A the following season. 2001 Pavel Nedved. Old football greater than new football. This is the 5th time Lazio have appeared on this list as either buyer or seller. The Rome club were the ones pocketing them on this occasion, as Juventus handed over negation £48 million, £30 million, for the Czech midfielder. 2 years later Nedved reached his irresistible peak and hoarded a ton of individual awards, including a little-known gong known as the Ballon d'Or. 2002 Rio Ferdinand. This wasn't quite Figo levels of betrayal, but when the best English defender around traded Yorkshire for Lancashire, he made a few thousand enemies for life. Leeds fan welcomed Man United's Ferdinand back to Elland Road with a host of Judas chants and a few unsavory banners. The negation £48 million, £30 million. Man didn't mind too much though, especially when the trophies started rolling in. Revisiting our old pal inflation, Fergie paid the equivalent of £45 million in 2017 money. The best No-9 of all time. No nostalgic football list is complete without the original Ronaldo. The prolific Brazilian forward twice had the pleasure of breaking the world transfer record, PSV to Barcelona and Barcelona to Inter, but the highest fee paid for him came courtesy of Real Madrid. He followed the aforementioned Figo and Zidane in becoming a Galactico after a negation £46 million, £29 million, move to the Spanish capital from Inter. Ronaldo joined just after firing Brazil to their 5th World Cup, not bad for a bloke with dodgy knees. Ronaldo No 9 SV.